Now let's understand about the differences between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. As the size of the prokaryotes, right? Size of the prokaryotes is 1 mu microns in size, and the eukaryotes are 5 mu microns to 100 mu microns in size. Okay, cell organelles are membrane bound cell organelles mean, as a cell organelles like nucleus is not a double membrane, they are absent. Membrane bound cell organelles are absent. Membrane bound cell organelles are absent. As a membrane bound cell organelles like nucleus, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, all they are present. It means that membrane bound cell organelles are present. Membrane bound cell organelles are present. Okay, next, chromosomes are more in number. More number of chromosomes are present, right? Whereas single chromosome is present, right? Single chromosome is present. And next, nuclear region is not well defined. And nuclear region is defined. So that is the difference that you can observe. Okay, now let's understand about the cell organelles, and in detail. At first, in the beginning time, that we are going to discuss about endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, the clear structure. Cell organelles, as nucleus we have discussed, it is also the cell organelle, but membrane bound double membranous bound cell organelles that we are going to discuss now. Okay, so some of the important examples of the cell organelle. Nucleus also cell organelle, but let us understand some more cell organelles now, like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes and ribosomes, and also vacuoles, mitochondria, and all these are the best examples of the cell organelles. The very first cell organelle, endoplasmic reticulum, ER. So before understanding this, the major biochemical activities of the cell, biochemical activities of the cell depends upon, right, cell organelles. Major biochemical activities of the cell depends upon the cell organelles. So that's why cell organelles plays very important role in the right functioning of the cell. So endoplasmic reticulum, let us draw the structure of the endoplasmic reticulum, where it is located and what is what. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types, right? They are tubular structure present on the surface of the nuclear membrane. This is the nuclear membrane, right? This is the nuclear membrane, as they are present in the form of parallel tubular sacs or tubular structures present. Tubular membranous structures are present on the surface of the nucleus, right? So that tubular, right, structural membranes present on the surface of the nucleus called as endoplasmic reticulum. But there are two types. Rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So what is this rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Okay, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Right? So tubular structure present on the surface of the nucleus, they are help, the major function and role of that endoplasmic reticulum is transport. Collecting the proteins from the nucleus and transporting to the cytoplasmic regions or other cell organelles with the help of membranous tubular regions. So this is the major important thing here. As these membranes are supposed to be, right, two major important functions you have to remember. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for synthesis of new proteins. Synthesis of new proteins. So what are those proteins? Ribosomes. Ribosomes are the proteins that which are synthesized by rough endoplasmic reticulum. Hence, rough endoplasmic reticulum is a site for protein synthesis. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is a site for protein synthesis. The site for what? Protein synthesis. Okay. So next, rough endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for synthesis of lipids. So it means that lipid biosynthesis takes place in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Lipid biosynthesis. Lipids means lipids are nothing but the fatty substances, fats, right? Lipid biosynthesis takes place in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Hence we can say that the combination of this protein and lipid synthesis, we call it as these are produced from the membrane, we call it as a membrane biosynthesis. What we call? Membrane biosynthesis. So what is membrane biosynthesis? As the lipid and the proteins are produced, right? As the lipids and proteins are produced from the membranous regions of the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so that's why the production is called as membrane biosynthesis or biogenesis. Membrane biogenesis or membrane biosynthesis. Why the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, some part of the endoplasmic reticulum is rough? So we can say that the proteins which are produced from the nucleus, right, reaches the surface of the rough endoplasmic reticulum and locates on the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, and the surface become rough. So that is the reason that the tubular endoplasmic reticulum, it is called as rough, and the tubular endoplasmic reticulum, it is called as smooth. Okay, this is the, and very important point you have to remember. Smooth, and suppose unexpectedly you have taken some poison into your body, that was detoxified. Detoxified means the toxic property of that chemicals, that poisonous substances, that detoxified by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It means that smooth endoplasmic reticulum acting as a detoxifying substances, detoxifying region. So what is the detoxifying region of the cell? Means we can say that smooth endoplasmic reticulum, right, is called a detoxifying substance, detoxifying region. So what is the major important function of the endoplasmic reticulum? Which helps to transport the substances or the proteins and the lipids to different regions, and supplying of the proteins and lipids to different regions, which is produced from the tubular membrane parallelly present tubular structures on the surface of the nuclear membrane. So now so this is the major thing that you have to remember about the endoplasmic reticulum, right? So although it is a network of, it is a frame network. Endoplasmic is a frame network around the nuclear surface. Okay, it is different in different cells here, at the shape of the endoplasmic reticulum goes different here. Okay. Next, now let's understand about the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus also. Now let's understand. Let it be here. The structure, let it be here. Golgi apparatus. It was discovered by. It is also the membrane-bound cell organelle. Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus. It is also membrane bound cell organelle. Golgi apparatus, which is also called as Golgi complex. Golgi complex, which was discovered by Camillo Golgi. Okay, very small topic, right? When compared to other topics. Now let's see the major. You like Amazon? Nowadays everyone like Amazon and Flipkart. Okay, nowadays everyone like Amazon and Flipkart because they are the online distributors. Okay, they distribute the products. When we book the product in online, they will deliver to us within a short span of time, that we without any delay. So they are the best providers nowadays. So how they, suppose you have ordered one AC. So directly the open AC will be brought to your home. If the open AC from Hyderabad directly, as how it is there in our home, it is directly brought here. Fan, it is present outside directly. It was brought directly. No. So before transporting the product from the company, the product is packed with some specific strategies. Product is packed with some specific strategies, right? Product is packed with what? Specific strategies, so that product could not damage. Okay, so if the product, you imagine that if the product is transported or shifted, right, without any packing, what happened? The product is damaged. So before transport, the product is to be packed. The product is to be packed to protect from the damage. It is a preventive measure. Okay, so in the same way, so Golgi apparatus, it is also membrane bound vesicles, right? Membrane bound vesicles here. There are also tubular structures here. These vesicular structures, right? These vesicular structures, right? Tubular structures of the Camillo Golgi, right? The proteins which are produced and released out from the endoplasmic reticulum is packed. Who will help in the packing of the products of endoplasmic reticulum? Right? Packing and transport is the major function of the Camillo Golgi. It means that Golgi complex. Packing and transportation is the major function of the Golgi apparatus. You have to remember here. So how the product is dispatched? So any sugar molecule or any protein or lipid that is to be transported to different parts of the cell or outside part of the cell, right? The Golgi apparatus plays very important role that in the transportation. This stacks, so this vesicular stacks is called as cistern. What we call cistern. Cistern. C-I-S-T-E-R-N, cistern. So this system helps in packing and dispatch. Packing and dispatch is a major important role of the Golgi apparatus. Now let's understand about these are the major things that you have to remember. Not only one Golgi is present, so many Golgi is present here. All is, right, cell organelles what we are discussing now, all can be observed only through electron microscope. All can be observed through electron microscope. They are very micro in size. Now let's understand other important cell organelle, that is lysosomes. Lysosomes, let's see. So lysosomes irregularly present in the cell, right? Lysosomes also double membranous structures. Lysosomes also observed through electron microscope. Okay, lysosomes produces enzymes. Enzymes means chemical substances which perform the actions. Okay, enzymes called as lysozymes. What we call lysozymes. Lysosomes produces enzymes called as lysozymes. Okay, or we also call that lysozymes or degradating enzyme. What we call degradating enzyme. Okay, degradating. Okay, hydrolysis. Acid hydrolases are the enzymes. Okay, remember that acid hydrolases are the enzymes produced by these lysosomes. Okay, by these lysosomes, and what is what? Suppose a bacteria entered into the cell. A bacteria entered into the cell. Okay, that bacteria, to kill that bacteria, right, this lysosome releases lysozymes, and this, after releasing lysozyme, so this bacteria is engulfed or taken inside. Bacteria is taken inside, and it is engulfed. With the release of lysosomes, the bacteria is killed. Bacteria is killed as well as this lysosome is also killed. To kill the bacteria, lysosome has to kill itself. It has to die itself. It has to suicide itself. Why? Because to release the lysozymes, right? To release the lysozymes, it has to kill itself. So on release with the acid hydrolases enzymes or degradating enzymes or lysozymes enzyme, it releases to kill the bacteria by killing itself. It means the energy which is there in the lysosomes is using by itself that to kill that bacteria with the release of these degradative enzymes and acid hydrolases and lysozymes. So that's why lysosomes are called as suicidal bags of the cell. Suicidal bags of the cell. What we call that? Suicidal bags of the cell. What is called? Lysosomes are called as suicidal bags of the cell. It is killing itself. It is killing its own by himself, by killing the bacteria with the release of lysozymes, with the release of degradative enzymes, with the release of acid hydrolases. Okay, so these are the things that about the lysosomes are membrane bound sacs. Okay, they releases digestive enzymes. We also call this lysozymes also digestive enzymes, strong digestive enzymes, right? That to break this bacteria into pieces. Okay, powerful enzymes are released here. Next, cell get damaged, lysosomes get damaged, and as well as bacteria is killed. Lysosomes may burst with the release of the enzymes to kill the bacteria. Now let's understand about the mitochondria, the very important cell organelle. Okay, the very important cell organelle. Mitochondria so this is the structure of mitochondria. The outer surface is porous. Porous means small holes are present. Okay, small holes are present. As it is very microscopic, it is also observed through electron microscope. It is also observed through electron microscope. The inner structure is folded. The inner structure is what? Folded. The folded structure is called as cristae. The folded structure is called as cristae. The folded structure is filled with a fluid called as matrix. A fluid called as what? Matrix. You have to remember. Okay. So it's mitochondria. Mitochondria. What is the function of the mitochondria? As to perform any action of our body, cell actions that it has to, right? So it means that in mitochondria the energy synthesis takes place. The energy synthesis takes place in the mitochondria. So that's why it is called as the powerhouse of the cell. Who is called as powerhouse of the cell? Who is called as powerhouse of the cell? Mitochondria is called as the powerhouse of the cell, as mitochondria store the energy in the form of ATP. What is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. As adenosine is the sugar, right? Adenosine is attached with 3-phosphate. The energy, the amount of the energy is stored in phosphate form. That is the thing happened in the mitochondria. So this mitochondria was discovered by Altman and Kolliker. Altman and Kolliker discovered mitochondria, and it was named by the other scientists also. So finally, it is the energy synthesis takes place in mitochondria. So that's why it is called as powerhouse of the cell. The produced energy stored in the form of ATP. ATP means 3 phosphates. Adenosine, 3 phosphates are present here. So the surface, this is the major thing that you have to remember about the mitochondria. And mitochondria is having its own energy. Having its own energy, its own DNA to perform the structure functions here. Okay, this is the major thing that you have to remember about the mitochondria. Okay, ATP generating chemical reactions takes place in the mitochondria. Okay, right. And also mitochondria is able to make its own proteins too. Make its own proteins. Okay. Now let's understand about the plastids. Now let's understand about the plastids. What are plastids? Plastids are the color imparting substances. Okay. It is also having its own DNA. Plastids also have its own DNA. So plastids. Plastids, what are plastids? Color imparting substances. Color imparting substances are called as plastids. As these plastids, right, are 3 types. Chloroplast, leucoplast, and chromoplast. So this chromoplast give orange and red color, which we are seeing in tomato and oranges and all these things. Leucoplast where we see in potato, right? Potato where it is white color, colorless. whereas chloroplast is green in color. Green in color. Okay, so our major thing that to understand about the chloroplast. This is usually present in plants. Okay, chloroplast is the center for photosynthesis. As you are well familiar about it. Where, right? It also have its own DNA. It also have its own DNA. Chloroplast also have its own DNA as like the mitochondria. Okay, so plastid plays major role here, right? You know that the chloroplast is green in color because of the chlorophyll. Because of what? Chlorophyll. And right, chromoplast, the other colors are because of beta xanthophylls and beta carotene. It means the carotenoids, or it means carrot color. Okay, red color. So like that, different colors are because of these plastids. Okay, this is the thing that you have to remember, right? They are the color importing substances, right? They have their own DNA as similar to the chloroplast. Now let's understand about vacuole, the very last. Vacuole as this vacuole plays major role in the plant cell, as the nucleus is near to the plasma membrane in plants, whereas vacuole occupies the major space in the plant cell. The outer membrane of the vacuole is covered by a membrane called as tonoplast. What we call tonoplast membrane. Okay, so what is the major thing that you have to remember? What is the major function of the vacuole? It is a storage center of water. Vacuole is a storage center of what? Water. Okay, the central 80 to 90% of the plant water is stored in the vacuoles. Okay, and also it also stores, vacuole also stores, right, proteins, sugars, okay, and also many other substances. And also the major important thing that it also helps to remove, expelling the waste. It also plays important role to expelling the waste. Vacuole also plays very important role that to expel the waste substances. Some of the waste substances stored in the cell or produced in the cell was absorbed and collected into the vacuole and was removed. Even this vacuole plays very important role in amoeba in the same way. As this vacuole is absent means minimized function or negligible function, minimized function in animal cell, as it have the minimized function here. So these are the major things that you have to remember regarding the vacuole. So vacuole also plays an important role in resisting the plant cell or protecting the plant cell from bursting, as the Turgor pressure, right, in the plant cell is protected. It means that as water increases in the plant cell, that can be, the pressure can be managed by this vacuole. So these are the things that you have to remember from this lesson. So vacuole is also cell organelle. Okay, vacuole is also cell organelle, double membranous. You have to remember. So these are the things that about the cell organelles. Okay. So I'll issue the worksheets. Everyone follow up with the worksheets. Okay, and let's have a discussion on these topics. Okay. Thank you, everyone.